Welcome to beautiful Marshall Park overlooking Puget Sound here in Seattle. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tony Ventrella, Seahawks.com. The Seahawks on this gorgeous autumn weekend welcome the Atlanta Falcons to town. Now remember, this was the team that was 13-3 last year, 1-2 this year. But nobody on the Seahawks is fooled by this 1-2 start.
We're thinking of how they operate when they're at their best, and you can see them in particular in the tough game with Philadelphia, how they just came roaring back and they had all the firepower you could ever want, with great leadership with Matt, quarterback, and the receivers, and Tony Gonzalez. I mean, just everything that you could hope to have on a football team they have. Tremendous running back with a real style. So that's the team we're preparing for. We know that they have all of that ability, and we better get ready.
Ready for a team that was 3-13 last season under Coach Mike Smith, but a team that's off to a slow start this year.
We're not going to make excuses. Right now we're not playing what I like to call and what we like to call Falcon football. We're not playing, not playing to the level that we need to. We're not playing with the consistency that we need to as well. But it's very early in the season, and we are, we're continuing to work through a lot of different scenarios in terms of how we're trying to, put this team together.
Speaking of putting things together, the Seahawks put together a 14-play, 72-yard drive that ended when Tavares Jackson scored on an 11-yard run.
Whenever you score, you try to build on it. Whenever you make a mistake, you try to learn from it. So we're just trying to learn from the whole game, not just that one drive, but that drive can show that, we don't hurt ourselves and we execute, that we can be hard to stop and we can put points on the board. So we just want to build on the whole game and just try to look forward to this weekend and just try to put on a better show. We had some good times last game, but we only scored 13 points, so we want to make sure we get more points on the board.
On defense, the Seahawks put together a nice pass rush last week, and they'll need something similar against Matt Ryan this week.
If you give him time, I feel he'll pick you apart. We got to pressure him. A lot of man, play a lot of man. Just try to confuse him and make them throw a blind. Just let our D-line do what they do, and we're gonna try to hold up in the back end.
We're always gonna mix it up, 4-man rush, just like we did, against Arizona. We've got to be able to play coverage too, but when the time is right and we feel good about the situations, and we're gonna try to get after them any way we can. So, we're gonna, we've got guys that if we feel like are good blitzers, then we're gonna blitz them.
Atlanta has so many weapons on offense, from wide receivers Roddy White to Julio Jones to veteran tight end Tony Gonzalez.
Man, it's crazy, man. Not too many people built like that anymore. You got hit like guys like him and Lawyer. They seem like they can play forever. There's credit to their genetic pool, and they've been blessed.
And blessed also is running back Michael Turner, who can keep a drive going or change a game completely.
Usually we talk about different things on Wednesday when we first get together. This Wednesday we had a tackling plan session, and we said this guy is big, he's strong, he'll get to the outside. He's broken a couple long runs already this year, and so we've addressed that with our guys. Yeah, I mean, he's a downhill runner, but they're a big zone team, zone blocking, and try to create leverage issues. So it's not downhill ISO so much. It's more of a zone scheme where they're trying to get you confused on some things and create seams that way.
This will be the second home game in a row for the Seahawks, and that is not lost on the players.
First of all, it's a travel thing. The fact that you get to sleep in your own bed, stay at home, all those things that's off the field. But more importantly, have the crowd behind us, to have the field, the conditions, whatever happens on Sunday, we're going to be used to it. So that's the main thing, and we know that Atlanta has to do the opposite thing of travel all the way across the country up to Seattle. So there are a lot of advantages that we can take advantage of, and hopefully it'll go our way Sunday.
Playing at home is just it's a different atmosphere. The 12th man helps us out so much. Where we're going against the offense, they can't communicate, and we're getting off the ball. Us fast guys like me and Clem, that's just perfect for us. Because they got to watch us. They got to wait for us to move before they can move. So, it's just a great atmosphere. It gives you that adrenaline rush that makes you push through. When you're tired and stuff like that, and it's always exciting. So it definitely helps us.
Of course, we have to keep in mind Atlanta was here last year. They did win 34-18 at what was then Quest Field. against the Seahawks. And this is pretty much the same team. Let's bring in Claire Farnsworth, our Seahawks insider, for keys to the game.
Yeah, and it's funny to say about a team that has scored one touchdown in 8 quarters on the road this year, but this is going to be the toughest test yet for the Seahawks' 10th-ranked defense. There's Matt Ryan, there's Tony Gonzalez, there's Roddy White, now there's Julio Jones joining that crew, and there's also a 247-pound running back named Michael Turner. Yeah. So it's going to be quite a test for the Seahawks, and it may sound crazy to say, but of course you have to stop the run to force them to pass, and then the key is going to really be the kind of pressure they can get on Matt Ryan. The DBs talked about this last week when they were able to shut down Larry Fitzgerald in the second half, that the best coverage for us is the pass rush. And so if Chris Clemens and his guys can get some pressure on Matt Ryan, who's already been sacked 13 times this season after going down only 26 all of last year, that would be a huge plus for them. Offensively, they've got to be able to spread the ball around more in the passing game. We got Sidney Rice back last week, which was great, but now they've got to look more to the left side, get Mike Williams involved, and that should allow Zach Miller, the tight end, to exploit the middle of the field. And especially now with Michael Robinson coming back at fullback, they shouldn't have to use Zach as much to help in the pass game. And then, of course, the third thing that they've got to do is ride the wave at CenturyLink Field. There's 24 guys on this roster who weren't here last year, had never played a regular season game there until last week, and they couldn't stop talking about how incredible the fan support was and the noise and how it just kind of gets them going, and it really is a factor. And the Falcons talked about it this week, that it's the loudest place to play in the league, and they have to really be prepared for that.
Absolutely. And Claire, I want to remind our viewers that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and in celebration of that, lots of us are wearing these pins and ribbons. You'll see lots of pink. The Seagulls will be in pink on Sunday at CenturyLink. So it's pink at the link this weekend, and we hope to see you out there. For Claire Farnsworth, I'm Tony Ventrella, Seahawks.com.